Garrett Mitchell, known to millions online as Cletus McFarland, is 30 years old and originally from Bradenton, Florida. He owns the Freedom Factory, a 3/8-mile oval he purchased in 2020, formerly known as DeSoto Speedway, which became the backdrop for a new generation of motorsport content built around grassroots racing and raw authenticity. His audience sits at over 4.67 million, a number that puts him between NASCAR's regular season ratings of 2 to 2.5 million and the Daytona 500's 7.489 million viewers. He made his first ARCA Menard Series start in 2025 with Rhett Jones Racing, scoring 2 top 10 finishes across 4 races, including a 10th at Talladega and a career best 9th at Charlotte Motor Speedway. One name carries genuine emotional weight in this story. Greg Biffle, a NASCAR Cup Series legend and 10-time Series peer-level champion, took Garrett Mitchell under his wing and mentored him through the early stages of his NASCAR journey. That mentorship was followed closely by fans and media alike. Then in December, Biffle and his family were tragically killed in a plane crash. The loss hit the motorsport community hard, and it hit Mitchell and his team harder than most. The promise both men had made to honor Biffle's memory by competing at Talladega became a thread running through everything that followed. In early 2026, Mitchell signed a 2-year part-time deal with Richard Childress Racing to drive the number 33 RCR Chevrolet in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, the second highest level of NASCAR competition. His O'Reilly debut came at Rockingham Speedway on Easter weekend 2026, and by most measures, it was a rough afternoon. He finished 32nd, 6 laps down, attempted a 3-wide pass on the 3rd lap, lost control, and nearly spun 2 more times after that. NASCAR EVP John Probe addressed the situation publicly, saying they were all fans of Mitchell's work, but wanted to see more from him on short tracks before approving him for Talladega in the O'Reilly Series. Dale Earnhardt Jr., speaking on his podcast, was equally direct, saying he had watched the truck test, the O'Reilly test, and the Rockingham race, and saw enough to not approve him for Daytona or Talladega. Mitchell responded with complete honesty in a video, saying he had been denied, that it was a bit of a kick in the teeth, but that he needed more time behind the wheel regardless of the series and had a lot to learn. Although the O'Reilly door closed, the ARCA door did not. Mitchell is still showing up at Talladega, driving the number 30 BaldEagle.com Ford for Rhett Jones Racing in the Alabama Manufactured Housing 200, going green on Saturday, April 25th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1. This is not his first time at this track. He finished 10th here in Arce in 2025, and his preparation this time around has been serious. Dale Earnhardt Jr. personally drove him around the 2.66-mile oval, walking him through every bump, every quirk, and every reference point, including how to pit at Talladega. Mitchell is not going to Talladega alone. His best friend and collaborator George Siciliano, known online as LS George and Squirrel McNutt, has also been cleared to race in the ARCA event, driving the number 0 Heatwave Visuals Ford, also fielded by Rhett Jones Racing. Getting there was not automatic. Siciliano had to work through a clear progression of races at Hickory, then Rockingham, then Kansas, before ARCA officials would approve him for a super speedway. In his first race on a track longer than 1 mile at Kansas, he finished 12th. Both men made a promise to honor Greg Biffle by competing at Talladega together, and that promise is now being kept. Siciliano made his intentions clear ahead of the race, saying he had been on his best behavior long enough and was now ready to race aggressively. Mitchell confirmed it simply, saying his friend had texted him the night before to say the cat was coming out of the cage. The Alabama Manufactured Housing 200 is a legitimately strong race in its own right. It features the largest ARCA field at Talladega since 2012, with 41 teams entered and the top 36 in owner points locked in automatically. Joe Gibbs Racing's number 18, driven by Gio Ruggiero, starts on pole, and Ruggiero is going for his 3rd straight ARCA win after victories at Daytona and Kansas. No driver has won back-to-back at Talladega and ARCA in 19 consecutive races, with the last repeat winner being Frank Kimmel in 2006 and 2013. In the Cup Series race later that weekend, Tyler Reddick enters as the dominant force of the 2026 season with 5 wins in 9 races, a pace not seen since Dale Earnhardt in 1987. Casey Mears is set to start his 500th career Cup Series race, a milestone of genuine significance. Daniel Dye is making his Cup debut after a complicated path to the field. The full picture here is of a sport navigating real questions about safety, progression, and the value of a new audience, while a man who learned to race on a broken-down Florida oval works his way up the ladder the right way, carrying a promise with him every mile of the way.